Natalia Veselnitskaya, who says she has no ties to the Kremlin, is in fact an agent of the Russian government who was trying to convince the Trump campaign to change U.S. policy on Russia. But Browder says in her meeting with Trump Jr., she was acting as Putin's proxy to repeal the act, saying the meeting was, quote, an attempt by the Russian government to repeal sanctions that annoyed them by going to the next possible president of the United States.
Bill, good evening to you, and thank you for joining us tonight. You worked extensively in Russia, had huge business and investments there at one point, and all of that went south when you feel corruption was uncovered by you and then by your friend, Sergei Magnitsky, who was subsequently murdered in a jail cell, correct?
That's right. I was the largest foreign investor in Russia. I uncovered corruption. They got angry with me for uncovering corruption, expelled me from the country. My offices were raided. They seized my documents. My lawyer, Sergei Magnitsky, uncovered, exposed it. He was then taken into custody, tortured for 358 days, and killed 7 years ago at the age of 37. And I've been on a mission to get justice for him ever since.
So how does all of that lead to the meeting that was recently uncovered in this email chain between Natalia Veselnitskaya and Donald Trump Jr.?
Well, it became clear that I wasn't going to get any justice in Russia because it's such a corrupt country. So I sought to get justice outside of Russia. And the justice that I sought to get was to freeze the assets and ban the visas of the people who were involved in the murder of Sergei Magnitsky and the people who do similar crimes. And I took this idea to the U.S. Congress in 2010, and it ended up becoming the Magnitsky Law in 2012, and it imposes visa sanctions and asset freezes on human rights violators from Russia. Vladimir Putin is absolutely furious, and he ended up making it his single largest foreign policy priority to stop it. Now, the other thing that we did was we tracked down the money from the crime, and we found some of that money in the United States. We reported it to the Department of Justice. They opened up a criminal case, and the defendant who showed up was a Russian by the name of Denis Katsev. And Denis Katsev was represented by Natalia Veselnitskaya, and she then has embarked on a 3-year campaign to try to overturn the Magnitsky Act. And it's been a well-financed campaign. They've hired the best lawyers, the best lobbyists, the best public relations professionals, and they've gone all over Capitol Hill, and they eventually found their way to the possible next president of the United States back in 2016 by meeting the son of Donald Trump.
So when you heard about that